Good evening everybody, it is Sunday the 26th of February, 1st of March tomorrow, and I just wanted to do a quick video because I've had a few queries with regards to the letter that came out on Friday detailing return to the school. So hopefully you've all had the opportunity to read that now. I think there's some key points in it. One is obviously the times of the testing and the times of the returns to school, and then secondly, I think what I want to say with regards to that is, from a testing point of view, whilst we encourage students to participate in the testing programme, please do not think for a moment that there will be any negative impact of a decision made by a family not to participate in it. We know nationally that there will be a certain number of students, if we replicate what's happening nationally, who won't participate, or parents won't consent to them for them to participate. That is just information that will be kept on the records in school, just to ensure that we don't mistakenly take them down for a test. But it will not be held against the students. The vast majority of people in school won't even know who's part of the testing programme and who isn't. So please don't think for a moment it will go against the students. But what I would say is the students return on the day that is stated in the letter, whether or not they've been tested. Okay, so basically, if I can just go through year groups, because it actually isn't quite sequential, if you see what I mean. So if you've got a child in year 7, they are going to have their first test, so they're going to come in specially for their test on Monday the 8th of March, as per the timetable that's given at the bottom of the letter. So 7A will come in during period 1, 7B will come in during period 2. They come in through the front entrance, they will be tested in the isolation room, and they will leave, and then we will inform you by text, by the number that you've put on the consent form, what the outcome of that test actually was. So they're just coming in, testing, and then they're going. Because of that, what we've got for Key Stage 3 and for Key Stage 4 is a set of tasks and activities they can be involved in on that particular day, and on that day there will be no live lessons. So for the day that they travel to school to have their test to go home again, there will be no live lessons, and that applies at Key Stage 3 and at Key Stage 4. At Key Stage 4, to make sure that we are prepared for them when they come back the week after, there may be some teachers who, depending on where they're up to in their scheme of work, really feel it's necessary to set work for that lesson in order for them to be well prepared for when they come back. But that will be the minority of teachers, and for the majority of time the children again should be working through this well-being activity sheet, this no screen set of activities that's been devised at school. So that's year 7. Year 8, they will come in on Wednesday the 10th, and they will return to school on Thursday the 11th. Year 9 will come in on Tuesday the 9th, and they will return to school on Wednesday the 10th. Year 10 will have their first test next Thursday the 4th, and then they'll return to school on Monday the 8th. And Year 11 will have their first test this coming Wednesday the 3rd of March, and they will return to school on Monday the 8th along with Year 10. One of the questions I've been asked is, when they return, what timetable are they coming to? Because Key Stage 4 had a different timetable prior to Christmas. So thank you for asking that question. All students will be returning to an approximate 9 to 3 timetable. There will be a little bit of manipulation there, so we can have a staggered start and sort of different entries to the school, but pretty much they will be on a 9 till 3 timetable. However, what I would say at Key Stage 4, we're looking to extend into a period 6 relatively quickly, so that we can make sure that they are getting prepared as well as they can and used to independent learning, and are getting, in the Year 11's case, ready for the assessments that they will be having, and in Year 10 case, ready to come back firing on all cylinders for their GCSE studies. With regards to Year 11, we will be out with further information ASAP. We are looking at a set of assessments in each of your subject areas, and we're currently looking at those assessments being spread out over a period of time. So we are not currently planning a set of mocks, a 1 week or 2 week or even 3 week intense set of mocks. You will do a couple of assessments in each of your subject areas at a time that is appropriate for that particular subject area, and an overview of those assessments will be kept by SLT, so that you're not overwhelmed and don't have 5 assessments on 2 days. So we will keep an overview of when those assessments are taking place, but they will be done at a time to suit the sequencing of learning within those subject areas. So there will not be a set of mocks, okay, in that sort of way. So that's all the timings. I think another question that I'd been asked was about uniform, because obviously at the moment shops aren't open. So what I would say with regards to uniform is I want students back in their school uniform, their full school uniform. That's the default position. But if as a parent you know that your child has grown out of their shoes and you cannot buy shoes for them because you don't know what size feet they have or whatever at the moment, please, that information needs to go to head of year, and all the email addresses are on the remote learning page of the website. Contact head of year and say, so and so his shoes no longer fit, and you will be aiming to get those replaced as soon as possible. So if there's any queries about any part of the uniform, we have got shoes in school that we can lend out, we can give. We have got uniform in school that we can lend out or give. So please do contact school if there's a problem with regards to school uniform. And then the final thing I want to mention is with regards to the face coverings. I was part of a public health, I'm always part of the training, the webinars that take place with public health of Trafford every couple of weeks or so, and I was part of that last week, and there seems to be a little bit of a lack of clarity with regards to face coverings and whether or not they are mandatory or not. Now, our children have been wonderful, whether they're mandatory in classrooms or not, our children have been wonderful wearing them anyway. And what I would say is, obviously, if you are wearing a face covering, it's just an additional control on top of hand sanitising, social distancing, etc. I will come back to you with clarification on that, because Public Health Trafford were going away to seek sort of further advice on it, and then there is an element from a teaching and learning point of view, how you go about asking questions when you've got a face mask on, because you have to keep a social distance from the teacher. We do have some students who are visually impaired. We do have some students who are deaf, so we have to take all of these things into consideration. So at the moment, I'm just holding on until I get further information from Public Health as to whether or not it will be mandatory in the classroom. Because there was a little bit of confusion, I think, from Public Health and from the government last week as to whether it was mandatory or not. I had a parent Q&A on Friday, which is always very, very interesting. So the feedback that I've had with regards to the live element of the Key Stage 3 lessons was very positive. The feedback that I received with regards to the shorter afternoon and having 45-minute lessons, period 5 and period 6, was also very positive. And it was also lovely to hear that the Bedrock learning programme to improve literacy at Key Stage 3 seems to be going down really well. So if any point you've got any queries about anything at all, obviously you can email me or the relevant member of staff, the form tutor, the head of year, the teacher, the head of department or whatever, but your feedback is always very useful, and we do, even if we don't act on it, as in do what you've suggested, we have acted on it because we always reflect on it, and we take your feedback into consideration with the feedback that we're getting from other parents or from other stakeholders within the school. So I hope you managed to get out and about today and enjoyed some of that glorious weather. I think it's due to continue for the next few days, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming back years 10 and 11 next week for the tests, and then they're all in on sort of Monday the 8th of March, and then Key Stage 3 on that rolling programme. Please check the dates, because it does sort of go year 7, year 9, year 8 for legitimate reasons rather than year 7, 8 and 9, so do check the letter for the dates. Okay, take care everybody, bye bye.